Hey everybody, what's up? This is your favorite Raging Cajun himself, Johnny Cage, doing a new brand deal. But before we get to that, I just gotta see how Retro's doing with my Mortal Kombat review. He's probably taking like another couple of weeks to figure out how to make that Retro reviewable or something, I don't know. Retro? Yeah, hey man. What the hell is that? And why does it remind me of a Takata Warrior? Razzie, I'm sorry! I didn't mean to be like that to you. It was all Makaba's fault, I swear. If only Retro read the freaking anime. Dude, I told... Hey, Denji, look, I know, old timelines and old reality. I'm in old reality! Okay, look. Oh, you're Johnny freaking Cage. Yeah, I am, and thank you, dude, for being a fan of my work. Ninja Mime, Brill Nerf edition, of course, for the gram and everything. You guys still use Instagram? Not now, Johnny. Okay, well, since this is supposed to be my review anyway, what is your guys' overall thoughts with? Oh, I don't know. Mortal Kombat 2, the follow for the 2021 reboot. Go Retro. It was good. Wait, what? You get with that? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's a 7 out of 10 movie, sorry to say, but it's a low, but sort of earned 7 out of 10, surprisingly. Not like, IGN, like, meme level status of a 7 out of 10, but pretty close to it, if anything, more or less. Okay, you gonna elaborate more on the plot on that? Yeah, sure. So the plot around this time around is obviously we finally get Carl Urban's version of Johnny Cage, and to put it nicely, it's not bad for what it is. I just feel like he's saving his best like comedy material for obviously the boys, which yes, things have definitely I guess altered from the comic source material for that comics ending that everyone's kind of noticed, and also Eric Kripke is really getting peeved about current day politics, catching up to a show a little bit early, so. Yeah, it kind of happens. If you've watched every comic that was out in the 2010s during the first Trump administration, then you kind of get the vibe of how this kind of works. And now you bring the lighting, and I was meta about it. So I'm okay, but I could be better. Yeah, we're not doing Wonder Woman purposes here. Why is that? A certain G word that I can't say on YouTube. Oh, that's right. Who do I screw it to? We don't, because I don't want to get claimed. Fair. So, yeah, I'm awesome, but more importantly, I'm like, what, in my fair weather days, my early days? More like your 9 to 10 phase. Wait, when I'm old as shit? That makes no sense. Well, canonically in the games, you're supposed to be like a Forever 21 version of 50. Okay, I'm listening. So, yeah, aside from that, for everyone who came back from the 2021 movie, like Makai Brooks, Ludi Lin, and I forgot, Sonya's actress, but I know she was around during most of, included and not limited to mostly the, I guess the Meg era for Jason Statham for WB, long story short there. And she was a freaking... a Meg regular? Those Megalodon, like sharks and stuff? Yeah, they're actually not bad. They're good monster movies in and of itself. I swear I'm talking in circles with you. Okay, so what about Lord Raiden? Let me guess, they got another French actor, Highlander type, that played essentially supposed to be a Chinese elder god. No, they actually got an actor for that. My apologies. It's been like, no jokes, it's been like 5 years since the whole thing. Whoa, what's with the hand thing? Dude, that's like my JoJo stand ability. Yeah, you really need JJK logic. Not now, Denji. But yeah, more or less, I don't know, kayfabe my YouTube hood aside as far as this whole thing goes. The movie's not bad. Again, the fights are actually not bad. The fatalities are better than what they are. I do want to give a shout out to Katana's actress, Adelaide Rudolph, because turns out this isn't her first video game adaptation. She was, not kidding, one of the Wesker OC kids from the Netflix adaptation of Resident Evil. So yeah, go to my old review for that and 2021's Mortal Kombat. So box office wise, it's actually holding pretty strong. It was actually neck and neck with Devil's Prada 2 for the longest time this weekend, but I'm as you can tell, I'm filming it the morning after the weekend. It got 40 mil total here in the States, and I think on a budget of 68 million under Atomic Monster and New Line Cinema, and mostly Paramount still flipped the bill. They're definitely got their budget back. Now they just got to get the, I guess, overall gross back, I guess, hopefully. Regardless, I'm happy that it's good for what it is. My favorite fight so far was Jade's whole face turn, pretty much somewhat true to the games, depending on the continuity, obviously. Kung Lao coming back as a Revenant is, again, very indicative to the later HD era of the games, which is kind of obvious. Wait, wait. People could just come back and fight and be resurrected and stuff? So you're saying that Quan Chi guys get into the games, more or less, I think the Deadly Alliance era of the timeline, but then again, I guess also I want to say original MK3. I'm not doing a fails video explaining that. He's a lot longer in the tooth as far as a regular cast of this roster goes, so I'm gonna give you that. Also, big spoiler, Johnny, you want to talk about Ed? Oh, our Stanley cameo. Yeah, Ed Boon showed up and kind of motivated me to, be my own man and be more animated. Dude, it was just a Stanley cameo and you're half drunk. I was quarter drunk, not half drunk in case any new agents want to show up for the roller first. Just as far as a weird toy realm goes, I don't know, at least it's not NetherRealm. Oh, really? Speaking of that NetherRealm, I don't know how to say this nicely, but goddamn, can Noob Saibot. I'm just coming off fighting him and figuring my shadow kick, not rider kick, Retro. I'm not a comer. I know better. It does get you more cred in the con scene. Wait, seriously? Yeah, kinda. Okay, I'm gonna have to learn a rider kick. Right? Hey, who's the guy that I gotta learn a freaking rider belt with? What the heck's a Zets? Alright, so I'm gonna have to worry about this later. Yeah, no shit, Johnny. So, on top of everything else I mentioned here off the top, it's nice that Scorpion's back, played once again by Hiroyuki Sanada, and, yeah, it's kind of like the in-universe equivalent of getting, again, I would say the same, I did my Stanley joke, earlier, but, like, pretty much, it's like an MCU cameo, kind of like, hey, we're here, we're gonna tease a movie later down the road kind of thing, but also, NetherRealm itself, basically, for those who don't play the games, their version of, well, hell, yeah, it was awesome. The chains looked pretty cool. The fights and the chains. Yeah, choreography was actually not bad for what it is. Focus aside from my channel. Final thoughts, everybody, before we didn't get to the fatalities. We didn't get to, like, yeah, I'm kind of a generalized spoilers. I don't really go beat by beat. Well, about that. Liu Kang dies. Yeah, didn't want to bring that up in the timelines. Yeah, kind of a thing in the timelines of the games. Jax is gone. Oh, another canon death in games. He'll probably come back as a Revenant. They'll have to, I guess, cleanse out of him or exercise out of him. Yeah, I didn't want to say the E word, but yeah, more or less. So because this is a almost true to the games, you know that it's gonna do some almost true to the games like retcons. Yeah, more or less. Look, ultimately, if you really want to come back to any of the original 21 characters, Kano is actually pretty funny still, surprisingly. Yeah, I guess like an Australian Peter Quill, if you will, for like Marvel audiences and stuff like that. It's not every joke a minute, but like he's kind of weirded out that he came back from the dead, and you could definitely tell what little they had with the runtime, because I think this is the shortest runtime of any MK ever. That's including probably Mortal Kombat Annihilation, so go to my old review for that. And yeah, sorry for my Tumblr audience still for the preview clip. I should have edited that back when I still had an editing system, so I don't know. Wait, you don't edit your videos? What kind of influencer are you? The ruler of crime. Yeah, whatever. Look, so final thoughts and scores go. Seriously, like, am I worth a watch or not? I already did this. 7 out of 10. Yeah, sure. Denji? 4 out of 10. And, sorry, that's, the Chainsaw Devil me talking. Yeah, 4 out of 5. He's on a 5-star system? What do you, X-Play over here? What are you, Game Informer? More or less. Oh, great. So, I guess my rating and, how Johnny was represented here. It's fine. Just say 6.5. Dude, you want to be, like, a better critic out of here. 6.5 out of 10. Look, there's room to grow, and Retro's not wrong. I don't know, aside from getting the split kicks and my nut punch and the shadow rights. That's all choreography, and anybody could do it with a stunt actor. I mean, hell, I've done it. But, like, I don't know, Carl's, the energy is there, but I'm not seeing it, and I think some fans kind of agree to it too. Look, ultimately, these two movies are not as big as a mixed bag, like the 90s era of MK goes, so you gotta give them that at the very least. Could have said it better myself, Johnny. Anyway, go to a very confused Chainsaw Man over here. You thought of me as Baraka? I mean, the warrior of warriors of the Garden race? How does everyone get backstories? He used to be a jobber back in the day, you know? Yeah, and he's not. Takara writes, literally speaking here. Go to Retro, I guess, for the previous video, which was, speaking of video game adaptations, talking about your thoughts on Zack Rigger's Resident Evil. Yeah, more or less. Shorts playlist, like usual. High point if you're new to the channel, especially for mobile subscribers. That being said, take care, subscribe, and, Showtime? Really, Johnny? Well, it was that or a Ninja Mario reference. Yeah, you should have went with that. I'm just saying.